about the ladies, man. You mentioned some of the ladies, like, you've been in so many countries. Is it like you prefer a certain country of women over the others, or?
No, I mean, in my experience, I've had great relationships. And that's not even cap. You get me? Like, I can't even complain about any of my exes. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure they'll say positive things about me too, because I still talk to them, not so close, because they got like new boyfriends and stuff, and I don't be wanting to mess with another man's house. But they'll be like, "Hey, how you doing? Oh, I see you're doing good."
What all nationalities you had relationships with? I mean, like
the first one was Japanese. We were together for a good time, long distance too, long distance. Second was Thai. We still cool. She got a family and stuff now, so shout outs to her. Next one was Brazilian, and the other one was Polish. And they've all been great. Mostly, they wanted to get married and start a family. And me, I was big on building out my future. Getting to my point right now. I was always, because I was raised by a single mom, and my dad died early, I was big on, you got to get your house in order first before you start producing kids.
Right.
Got to have a nest before you start laying an egg.
Facts.
Because I seen it firsthand what it was like if you didn't have your stuff in order. So I just took a different direction with it. It was like, I'm going to strap up, I'm going to make sure I'm protected, and let people know that, hey, I'm not in it, I'm focused on this, I'm not looking to do this right now. And people respected the relationships. I had a good, positive relationship. They weren't toxic, but that was mostly the end of it. Was, hey, I know you said that, but I really want the kids now. And me, I'm always supportive for somebody I love. You want what you want, and I can't give it. I'm not going to compromise with kids. I'm not just going to give you that, and I got a kid to look at. I didn't want to do it, but I wanted the kid to. You see what I'm saying? It's not fair to the kid or the partner. So I'm happy to see you go on and move on with your life and get what you want. And then it was always diplomatic.
How was it dating in Japan?
Good. Okay, it was cool. I mean, once I met her, it was cool. She had a little box car. She was cool. She had her own car. She came from a rich family. So she was trying to buy me Coach wallets and all this other stuff. Don't give me that. It was a story I had. I was ignorant back then, all right? No, I was just ambitious. But when I met her parents, her dad was like, hey, look, when you marry my daughter, it's hard for soldiers to really make ends meet on Okinawa. That's where I was at. So he was like, we're going to give you this 60-unit apartment complex, and you'll be owning it. And then, of course, that'll be your gift from us for marrying and starting your family with my daughter.
Wait.
Yeah, bro.
Wait.
I was like...
So they give you a dollar. Damn.
Yeah. But back then, I was so young and ambitious. I was like, man gonna give me nothing. I'm gonna give it myself.
I feel you on that. I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
That's not bad, but that was a culture that I wasn't used to.
Right.
So it really wasn't him about saying I wasn't.
I would take that shit. I would take that shit hard.
Right, bro? Yeah, I know. Sometimes I look back, but I like the man I am today, so it's cool. It's cool, my matata. But it was just, it just showed me cultures and how they look at stuff differently. And even the experience with her, it was a different experience.
So and the Japanese dad sets you down and said, hey, you're going to marry my daughter. I know, you're still a soldier. I'm going to gift you. I guess as a couple.
Yeah, of course.
That's how they look at it.
Yeah, but I would have been in charge.
Right.
He was like, you're in charge. He loved his daughter, but his daughter's his daughter.
Right.
And I think, again, a level of competence it's a whole different playing field. Because it might sound crazy, but imagine if you worked hard all your life and you had a son that wasn't really up to snuff, right? And then the daughter, who's just a daughter, she's just chilling doing what she want to do, right? And then you got a gentleman who's about to marry your daughter, and you probably look at him and be like, man, this dude got fired just like me. When my business was nothing. Passportbro Act was nothing. Now I built it. Yeah? And then so you could even see him as that mentee, that potential like-mindedness. You're like, finally, you get it, bro. I've been in this house by myself, you know. So it was more so mostly on that. But again, that's also a part of the culture.
Nice.
But you just gotta be, you know. And I was on my stuff when I was in the Marine Corps. Still under the day, but he could recognize it. Because I had a lot of accomplishments at that age already.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's different.
Right.
That's different. I mean, I understand that because it makes sense, but in most cases, I think guys are possibly worried about getting hit with a diary coming from them. Like if you're in certain countries, you got to provide the money. I think even in Thailand, right? You got to pay their form of a diary, like maybe some thousands of dollars to the.
But I'm trumping the negotiations. There's no way I'm paying.
Okay, so you know me, and you know me and Anthony Dunn had a big debate about that.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. Oh,
yeah, we had a little debate like, on my show.
What side was you and what side was he on?
I'm willing to pay a diary.
You what?
I'm willing to pay a diary.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said, hell's no.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah. I mean,
but I'm not saying against dudes who do it.
Yeah.
It's your life.
If I got a nice looking, Kenyan woman or something like that, or a Thai woman, and they need some 12 cows, we'll have it, bro. Like, shit. How much them cows is,
Now, it's your life.
Yeah.
I'm not big on policing what men do in their own lives and what they think, like pay, no pay. Like, we all paying. But then, in that type of deal for marriage, I do look back and say, Genghis Khan, Julius Caesar, when they marriage is a different level. Mm-hmm. And when you do that as a man, you get something out of it. Now, some dudes say, no, I'm good. I'm not going. Get the police. Come get this guy. Like, no, that's your life.
I mean, you're absolutely right. Even in Rome, when you're like maybe a man married punches his daughter or something, or sends his daughter,
you get in the bag.
Yeah, he get in the bag too. Like, because it's a unit now. It's not just marriage. It's both.
Oh, Cleopatra, you look good, but I want the grain supplies for Rome.
Right.
I want to secure civil war.
So, I understand your side of like you say, I'm the same way. Like, bro, trust me. You do your thing. Whatever works for you. But me, I think that guys, they think about diaries. They're thinking about, okay, the family has provided me a wife that I can build a legacy with, which is extremely valuable. So I understand they've been watching her, they've been grooming her and everything. I'm getting an already ready-made product. It's plug and play versus me going out here having to mold a chick, coach a chick, tell a chick, hey, wash the clothes today, do this today. Make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I get it. Why, especially being American, I'm gonna have to pay a dime. I don't have an issue with that.
No,
especially if she's like not out there like that, like not a promiscuous woman.
Like when you a king of your own realm, you do whatever you want to do. I'm not trying to take over your realm. Mm-hmm. So I have no mind for it. Like, you do this. That's what he want to do. Mm-hmm. And guess what? I always err on the side of I could be wrong, but this is the way I want to live my life. Mm-hmm. And so also with the marriage thing, I just think like also I forge myself the same way. Mm-hmm. And like again, you're not carrying my seed. But it's my seed. Mm-hmm. I am the king. Mm-hmm. I create this. God put me in charge. And he told me to rule. That's what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. Right? So I see your role and I acknowledge it, but don't you ever forget mine. Because that's more imperative. If I'm so impactful, this is how impactful a man could be to a woman and her children. When I die, I will outperform men that are still alive and with you. If I'm wise about my wealth. If I'm wise about this empire that I say I'm building. Imagine that. You're dead and gone. Your children's children are taken care of because you did so much value and grind and hard work that even if you're dead, you're still outperforming living men walking the earth. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
So you're saying you're coming up with such a big benefit. That's exactly what Anton was saying. That's exactly what his argument was.
I would not be surprised if Anton said something just like that. He's
exactly what he said. He's exactly what he said. Verbatim.
Oh, I didn't even know. Oh, that's
verbatim. Yeah.
Yeah, he be on the same side.
You want BMT though? I'm gonna throw out that credit card on there.
Hey. And guess what? As kings, we'll sit down and laugh and have beer about it.
There you go.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So I'll tell you about this, and I did this in the negotiation. You like, man, I got my wife for 12 cows. Yeah. And then we all just be laughing.
Right. But I mean, sometimes both people can be right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now let me ask you, let me go into the military. Would you suggest for young, men in general to join the military still in 2025?
Yeah. Join the military.
Mhm.
I mean, like, and for me, when I was coming out, because of the single mother element, I always say, and I was writing a book, Thriving Without a Father, is I didn't have no time to be like, oh, my mom should have did this, and my dad should have stayed alive. I didn't have time to sit in that. I just said, okay, this is my situation, right? So what can I do to fix it? I knew I was 18 biologically, but I felt as though there was a lot of things I could learn to become a man. And so I looked in the military to fill that information, that experience. At that time, I was like, I can't even look men in their eyes like that. Even though I played sports and all that stuff, it still wasn't good enough. It didn't get me there. So I went in the military to pursue that.
Okay.
And the brotherhood, camaraderie. And so, in the travel, free education, because my mom was broke. So I was like, look, I ain't finna take no debt. You get me?
Right.
And I don't even know what to do, because I'm not disciplined right now. So I was very honest about myself. So I wasn't like, I'm 18, I'm a man, bro. I was like, bro, I ain't disciplined, I could be better. If I don't got a scholarship, it's because I messed up and didn't get good grades.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I didn't want to put $50,000 on my family and have them try to figure it out. So I went to the military and said, I'll do this. I know it's extreme, but it is, hey, I got to do what I got to do. I should have did right. And so, and nobody told me not to do great in school. You get me? And so I did that, and it was amazing. It made me the man I am today. I had so many experiences. I definitely was forged in the flames of fire. This is why I respect brotherhood on a different level.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't only, was raised around a bunch of men, but I molded other men. We dined together, we wine together, we die together, we cry together. It was crazy. It's an experience that you could never have and replicate once you get out.
Oh, nice.
So I would say for that, because a lot of dudes are running around here with no purpose. They trying to put it in a shorty. It's just crazy. Like shorties don't even know where they want to go, because everybody growing up and trying to figure it out.
Right.
But in the Marine Corps, and I'm pretty sure it's the other ones, but I'll be messing with them. So like, oh, they whack. But we're all, it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
But in there, that's where I was forged. And again, you have to find it, because it's not everywhere in the military. Some people are packing sand, just surviving. So you just got to find it. But I took everything out the core that they took out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I took all the training, all free education. You get what I'm saying? And I was like, they going to use me, so I'm going to use the heck out of them too. Mm-hmm. And so I did my time, served my country, and then afterwards, they gave me a top secret security clearance, and I was set to go into the private sector.
What's good, family? Make sure to check out the official Passport Bros merch store.
And I left.
Okay. So are there like a lot of benefits after your career in the military?
Yeah. Because once school was big at that time. But it was like this bridge that was coming in,
Mm-hmm.
where it was like, we want people that got experience.
Right.
You just go to school for 4 years, and then when I tell you to come to work, you don't know how to show up, you don't know how to be dressed. So corporations at the time are really seeing military members as like, we know they discipline.
Right.
We could teach a monkey tricks,
Mm-hmm.
but we can't teach drive and discipline.
Mm-hmm.
So they assume that about it. Not all military members are going to have it, but they just kind of assume that in you. And so then
Hiring preference, basically.
exactly.
Yeah.
So once I got out, it set me up for that, and I was able to do the education, and I didn't even know about all the benefits at the time, like the VA loan and all that. But still, I knew top secret security clearance. They gave me that, boy, and I knew that was worth some money. So I went out in that private sector and was like, who wants something? I got a top secret. And they were willing to pay me good money for it.
That's excellent, man. That's good. I think that's a good thing, especially for younger brothers that's trying to get, out of neighborhoods. When I hear things like, rappers' sons getting unalived in the neighborhoods and stuff like that, it's just like, man, I wish you should have maybe fashioned them to the military or something. Get on up out your neighborhood, man. Get out the neighborhood that you grew up in. That's so important for a man. Like, would you be where you are today if you just never, not just necessarily joined the military, but if you just never left your hometown?
I'd be like a couple of friends when I go back.
Right.
It'd be like a video game. They on the same cycle. They was.
And you can't even have a full conversation with them because you're so, like, what you gonna talk about? They're gonna ask you. They're gonna interview you about.
No, they're gonna talk about that. Yo, remember we was fighting that one day?
Yeah.
We was slap boxing.
Go back to days. Yeah.
It's the same. It's on repeat every time I go back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I might not go back as often.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out to them teachers on. But my life is destined to be something else. And when I was doing MSG, when I decided to go into embassies, that's when it was really. Like, then I was 20 something with a diplomatic passport, passing through airport checkpoints, like didn't have to wait in line and pass security, and I was super young. Like the people would stop me and be like, "Hold on, what are you doing?" And I show them the blue passport, and they'd be like, "Sorry, sir, sorry, I didn't know," because I was young, so they didn't assume I was a diplomat or whatever. And it was just like that experience, meeting the President Obama, like. It was just crazy.
You met Obama?
Yeah. In Indonesia.
You met Obama?
Yeah.
Oh,
and Michelle. They were both there.
Uh-huh.
They flew to summits in Asia, and I was the best performing sergeant in Thailand. So they sent me and my homie Portland out there, and I got to meet President Obama. Boy, I almost forgot my name.
It was cool?
Yeah, it was cool, man. Michelle and them, it was like, "Oh, how you doing? Tell your family to talk to them, blah, blah, blah." Because the Marines get to go backstage and meet them privately on their own and take a photo with them. So I took a photo with Obama and Michelle, put that joke to my Facebook. I was happy to the mud.
Oh, nice.
And I got to meet Trump too, but it wasn't as formal. But yeah.
When he was president? Or?
Yeah, when he was president.
Oh,
he came to Israel and I was working at the embassy and I sneak at the back and see him and stuff.
Okay, so the embassy, that's a little thing that guys can try to work for too, right?
Yeah, embassy duty. That's what I learned later. But that was the thing I loved the most. It showed me a whole different world. Because I was in combat, but I wasn't in like top secret clandestine bubble. And it taught me the back end of diplomacy, what it really meant, how big and how active the American government is. DEA was out there, FBI. I'm like, what they out here for? Then I learned, like, dang, I didn't know they did all this stuff overseas. I thought the embassy was just visas. We doing all types of stuff in commerce and economics and politics and drugs.
Do you see like a lot of issues with Americans working for the embassy? Like some of the things that's the first thing we gotta do is call the embassy, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But and back then I was at Post 1 when I was a Marine. So I get the calls if it's closed. And we can't do much for you. We just send you to the duty officer, and then he'll just send you to Red Cross, or he'll get the message to your parents. But once you're in another country, they can't do much for you.
Wow, that's deep.
Unless you're on some crazy stuff. Like if you've been kidnapped by terrorists, that's something different. But if you're like, I was drinking and I got hit, and they're like, well, you're going to jail.
So what about guys being drugged and robbed and stuff? Is that something like the embassy would look into, or it's just like?
Now, even at working at the embassy, like when I was going to Colombia, we got briefed for it. So they give you briefs, and they do you grab at the embassy. You be like, yeah, I got drugged. They be like, what time are you out, sir? You be like, 10 o'clock? They be like, yep, okay, you shouldn't have been out at 10 p.m.
Oh, damn, that's how they do it? Oh, shit.
Like, they believe in, hey, look, nothing good come after midnight. So they like, if you out there in them clubs, we ain't paying you to be out in them clubs. They can't tell you not to go. There's certain places they can, so if you're there, you're done. But if, they can't tell you that, but in a way, they see it as like, yo, you're here to do, okay. Ambassador? Yeah, BMT was out here clubbing. Ambassador's like, he was what? Oh, he was clubbing. Send him home. You on a plane smoking. They don't half drugged or whatever. They don't care. They like, get him out of here.
Damn.
Yeah, they don't show no love for that.
Damn. Well, what about the citizens that like let's just say something happens to you in whatever country, and they said that you can call the embassy, right? That's what they did, to call the embassy.
I always tell
They
brothers.
said they really can't do much, but
Yeah, they can't do much. It depends. If it's something crazy, like you getting chased by spies or something.
yeah.
But always tell people to sign up for the STEP program, sign up for the Department of Department of State, because government period is big about providing you information to protect yourself. You should be safe if you follow. If you don't follow, you're a grown adult. But the embassy said, reconsider travel.
Damn, they do say that. They do say that.
And you like, I'm going anyways. We're not about the.
Because y'all get an alert, the yellow, the red. Right?
Yeah. And everybody can sign up and get it and get the same messages that the embassy people get. Like where protests are forming and stuff. So this is why I'm big on the STEP program. Rolling the Department of State and following to what they say. Because you should be safe. Now if you're like, I'm gonna be dangerous, I'm gonna be a YouTuber and get the content. Okay, you taking that risk, boy. Don't ask Navy SEAL 6 to be assembled from the Mediterranean to come get you down.
Right.
You set yourself up.
That's like that dude that was in North Korea that stole that painting, man. It's like,
He was in there like,
yeah, do we go to war for that, or you know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
exactly.
So it's, I see.
now if you was out there just being an innocent bystander and they knocked you over the head for something rightfully wrong, it gets enough publicity. Even before that, they'll make moves and try to make things happen. If you're a real innocent victim. But if you was out there doing the Tootsie Roll late night and buying some pros, then you're probably not the best candidate for
Okay.
getting saved.
Okay. And last question, man, before we go.
Yeah.
You've been in all these countries, man. What would you say, as far as your opinion on the most beautiful women in the world? What country?
Oh, man.
I hit everybody with that one.
Yeah, do you? Oh, okay, bet. I gotta pick one.
You can pick a few.
Okay. Man, I would say all of them.
All of them got it right.
Yeah, all
I
of
gotta
them.
say Brazil got a heavy population. And Colombia, I gotta say they just got it.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, they got it.
Well, since you're through the Asians, then yeah.
Yeah.
But if I went continent for continent, then I would definitely put South America, Africa, and Asia.
Okay.
And Eastern Europe.
I've been hearing a lot of good things about Eastern Europe.
Yeah, Eastern
Like the
Europe.
white guys, they all talk about Eastern Europe and shit.
West, no, but Eastern Europe, yeah. That's
Nice.
where it's at.
Well, man, it's been a great podcast. Thanks for coming on the show, bro.
Thanks, bro.
We're going to do me
Appreciate
at
it.
these too. We can do some more.
Yeah, because I think it was live. I don't know. I hope the audience like it, but
Oh, yeah.
it is what it is.
For sure, man.
But I definitely would say something before we go, man. At the end of the day, guys, I always tell people, me and him been kicking it for a bit, is take life by your own hands. You only live once. This is the only life you got. Don't wait for nobody else. Do it all yourself, and nobody else is to blame for the way your life is. You can take charge and turn life into a real video game, bro.
That's all.
I'm living this joint on max Grand Theft Auto level. I was playing Grand Theft Auto one day, looked at my character, he had money, cars, he had women. You know how you got women on the Grand Theft Auto game? I said, dang. I looked at how many hours I was playing the video game. I said, I put all that stuff in it. Young boy, young CJ, I could have put that joint into me and been the same character with the money, the cars, the women. I'm not saying get money to get that, because I use my money to get freedom. My money represents to be free. So I live a little chill life. But at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want with your money, but get resources and save yourself. And you are the only one who's going to do that. So make it happen, brothers, and go overseas in any shape, form, or fashion you can, and experience the cultures, experience a new life, and experience the greatest video game in human history. And you, man, USA, if you're listening, you definitely win it. So go out there and get it. You got it.
Facts. And I think a lot of people don't, well, I don't say they don't realize it, but as Americans, like we think that, until we go overseas and we figure out, like, okay, maybe we didn't have it as bad as we.
Let me say one thing, because
You know what
I
I'm saying?
forgot. Yes, and
Right.
good thing you got it. And I peeped that when you said it earlier. I want to, bro, I wasn't going to address it, but I'll say it now. Brothers, I know there's a lot of content out there where people, and shout out to everybody creating content. I'm not really hating. But this is what I'll say for a man who's been overseas for 18 years. Bro, you live in America. Be happy. It's got cons, and the world got cons too. It's got pros like you will not believe it. I take my money from Harlem, but I get it in America. I make it multiply. There's so much opportunities. You just got to learn the game. Stop hating the players. And then once you start doing that and being successful, I live like a king in Thailand because of the great USA. I wouldn't want to live a life in Thailand as a Thai person because it is hard struggles, unparalleled struggles. I went to the bank, sent somebody in to get an investment, and the bank just told them to go to YouTube and figure it out. The bank provides the investments. They didn't even have a financial advisor. They were just like, go to YouTube, go to Google, figure it out. So it's just like the opportunities are very hard, even if you want to do something for yourself. And so America has so much opportunities, and I get people are disgruntled for this and that, but I just hear too many people coming out salty. Oh, the West is doom and gloom, it's falling, and it sucks. You live good in Thailand, because you possibly still make that greenback in the United States of America.
That's
So
true.
put some respect on your motherland, because if it wasn't there, you'd be living like the rest of those people and be complaining, rightfully so, because it's hard in these countries. You know what I'm saying? There's no retirement plan. And healthcare, even if it's universal, you gotta wait like eons to get in there. Right?
Facts.
So it's like, yo, you got a lot in America. Take advantage of it. And just remember, put some respect on the empire's name. Because even when you leave and you live in Thailand, you got that money from America. So now, what is it, 33, 34 to the dollar? The dollar's powerful. And those people know it. Them Thai people be looking at you sideways like, yo, crazy. You come from America? I would give my right arm to go there. And so just take advantage of it. And then I understand I do want to live a life outside of that. I was born for 18 years. I get it, you know, but I'm out now. And I don't hate it, because without it, I wouldn't be living like a king in Thailand. So just remember that, guys. And so I say that only because there's opportunities you're missing. Because you're like, man, bump the West. I'm going to go to Thailand, $500 billion economy, and skip out on 27 trillion in America that you could make. It's mad. So it's just like Thai people like, man, get me a job over there.
Yeah.
And guess what they do? Build up their money and then retire one day back to Thailand.
Send it all the way back to their home country. People been doing that for years. It's funny, man, because right now it seems like people are trying to leave America, and people are trying to come in America and work. But when we leave America, we're taking our American dollar with us.
I ain't never heard no dude say, I ain't got nothing in America.
Yeah.
And I'm surviving. Nah, he survived in some shape, form, or fashion off of the USA. And I get the issues that they're bringing up, but I never was concerned about that because I was always concerned about my resources, and I always just so positive about it. Shout out to all my employers that gave me the opportunity to make money, and I translated it into capital, and I made it work. And so I'm more appreciative of that opportunity. And so now when I'm sitting retired, high on the hog, I'm like, man, shout outs to it, and shout outs to America.
That's real.
Because without it, bro, I would have had to been a warlord in Africa.
Damn.
Diamond, give me the diamonds.
You know what's funny, man? You know, I always tell people, I said, man, Black Americans are in a unique situation, bro. We're probably the most, I won't call us necessarily privileged, because we don't recognize it until we get overseas, right? But we are in a very unique situation. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, on the outside looking in, other blacks around the world in diaspora, even in Africa, are suffering way more than we. Like, we think our little bad project neighborhoods or something. Nah, man, they ain't even yeah, they don't even got running water. You know, none of that stuff.
Go to Brazil like you
Right.
was.
They don't even have building code standards and everything. Even when I was in DR, I was paying $800 a month for an apartment, and the hallways lopsided. Like, the hallways floors are lopsided and shit. You know, water leaks.
No permits.
Yeah, I'm like, how does it pass the building code? There is no building
Ain't no
code.
building code.
Right. So I know exactly what you're saying, man. But yeah, that's true. You know, take advantage of that. That's the cheat code, man, especially for black men. You know, every dollar's in that little book.
Bro, I'll tell black men, you don't even worry about the girls. Worry about yourself and building yourself up. Because I swear, if you do the work, you build your Wakanda. All women will come.
Will they?
Because
Will they?
it's almost,
And they gonna be fine.
yeah, and it's almost crazy. Like, they're like, damn, black man, you done this for yourself? they're like, what? Man, my Jewish partners was looking at me crazy when I was working with them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, cause they're just like, damn, you're so accomplished. They're like, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, we're learning this and this from you.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I was even working with my Jewish partners to build up the firm that we had at the time, it was just like, they were on the phone amazed by me, and I was amazed by what they have done in corporate America and sold companies for 1.5 billion, and they put me in rooms that I never would experience, but I was already ready when I met them.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just an outstanding person. And so the marriage spoke so loud, they just made me a manager of their own company, straight out the gate.
Nice.
Yeah? And we just met like a month ago for coffee. But I was on, Bigger Pockets and Instagram, not swiping for chicks, but swiping for men I could build with. Once I linked up with those different minded people, because I couldn't get people from my neighborhood, I couldn't keep my family on it. So I was like, dang, what am I doing wrong? I'm trying to force people to do stuff that they ain't trying to do. So go find like-minded people, right?
That's real.
It's hard to go get people to travel. But once you kind of talk to people who are already traveling, it's a better conversation. And so I did that with an investing, and man, I went to the stars. They was like, we'll take you to the big leagues. But I had to add value. I had to put up some capital. And so I had to have these things already ready, right? In order to get to the next level. And I had to have humility. I was like, yo, don't pay me nothing. I just want to learn, internship, 3 months free. And if I add value, sign up for a membership. And they were like, yo, I like that. And they were like, no, we'll get you paid. And I got paid with them. And even to this day, I stepped away from it. Now they work for me, making my capital grow, and we still are partners. So it's just like, it's crazy. I'm sitting up there in a bar mitzvah with a bunch of Jewish people with a yarmulke on, and then I come from Baltimore, Maryland, you get me? And they're just looking at me like, man, this guy's so accomplished. He might want to marry one of my daughters.
There you go. There you go.
So life is what you make it.
Facts.
So I'll tell you what, keep doing what you're doing. Keep building your show, building out the network. I think it's only helping people, and you're your own conglomerate in your own right. So I definitely appreciate you, and anytime I get to come on the channel or shout outs to the channel, I make sure to do that, because I want to see you do better than me. That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And so I don't hate, I don't feel no type of way. I feel
Vice versa,
great.
yeah.
If some girl came up to me like, BMT look better and he got more money, I'm like, shout out to my big homie. You could never manipulate me with that stuff.
Right.
There's no envy. I can't always be top G. And I don't always want to be. I want other people to get it.
Facts. Same here.
Yeah.
Great show, bro.
Yeah, yes sir, yes
Peace.
sir.
All right, y'all tune in, man.
Peace.
When you niggas on passport, what's your opinion? What we have a problem with is in on black women as a reason to go over to take advantage of women who are not financially stable. You go over here to find somebody who's going to treat you like a king.
Download now on the App Store and Google Play.